It is our last day here in China, so I just wanted to give you guys an update about how my month went. It was really the first time on the race that I felt a real risk in sharing my faith. On our first day in the city, we actually got to meet a believer who was one of the last workers left in the city because just 2 months prior to us arriving, all the other workers had left due to increased persecution and danger. So right off the bat, it was kind of surreal as far as, this is a little crazy. He went on to tell us stories that just blew our minds. They were almost straight out of the book of Acts. So one of the stories that he told was about a time that he got brought in for questioning. And at the time, he had a bag full of books that if they were discovered, he literally would have been deported immediately and had no hope of ever re-entering China. So as he's walking into the room, an unexplainable peace comes over him and a huge smile comes over his face, which totally throws off his accuser. And that person kept asking, "Are you okay?" And at that point, the joy just started to spread. So soon enough, they're just telling jokes, they're having a great time, and by the end, the accuser is like, I'm supposed to ask you a series of questions to find out if you're a spy, and I'm supposed to search your bag, but I'm not going to do either of those things. It was great to meet you today. You seem like a nice guy, so you're free to go. Like, what? So we knew that prayer would be one of our main ministries and probably the most effective thing we could do while we were here. So every morning we spent 2 hours praying for China, praying for the lost, praying for our persecuted brothers and sisters, and praying for the workers here. We also did prayer walks. We worshiped and sang throughout the streets. We also got to interact with a couple Chinese sisters in Christ and build them up in their faith. And they were so thankful that they wrote us all beautiful notes of encouragement and handed them to us by the end of our time together. One of my personal favorite moments was when we got to connect with a girl at a local park over ping pong. She was an English teacher, which made it really easy to communicate. She invited us out to eat, and because they put us in a private room in the back of the restaurant, we got to share the good news openly with her, which was absolutely awesome. She was so eager to hear and kept asking us to share testimonies of how God has changed our lives. So at the end, we got to give her a Chinese Bible, and we really encouraged her to find a body of believers in the city where she worked. So there is a lot to pray for. Pray for the persecuted believers, for strength, boldness, and endurance. Pray for the rapid spread of the underground church. Pray for the workers who have chosen to stay in China despite heightened security and persecution. It's really hard to believe that the race is already halfway over, but I'm more excited than ever to head into Kyrgyzstan and see what God has in store for us there. We're heading over the border tomorrow, so thank you in advance for all of your love and your prayers.